At number 5, I have Logic Under Pressure. At number 4, I have Big Crit Cadillactica. At number 3, I have Run the Jewels 2. At number 2, I have J. Cole 2014 Forest Hill Drive. And at number 1, I have Cause and Effect.
Number 5, I did it, B. Prime cracked the top 5, man. 4 is Pharaoh Monch PTSD. The 3rd is Diamond District, Martin Washington. And number 2, Open My Eagles, Dark Comedy. And of course, number 1 is Run the Jewels 2.
All right, number 5, I got Quest, Searching Sylvan. Number 4, I have Pharaoh Monch, PTSD. Number 3, I have Madlib and Freddie Gibbs, Pinata. Number 2, I got Prime. And number 1, I got Run the Jewels 2.
Number 5, I have Cunning Linguist, Strange Journey, Volume 3. At number 4, I had Atmosphere, Southsiders. At number 3, I had Open Mike Eagles, Dark Comedy. Number 2, I had Sage Francis, Copper Gone. And number 1,
Nicki Minaj, Favorite.
Number 1, you all already know. Run Them Jewels Fast. Run them Jewels Fast. Run the Jewels 2. Easy, number 1.
Well, I'll say my number 1 because I know
That shit came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. Like I hit you guys up like, yo, we should review this. Because this project was fucking amazing. It was just amazing. And like I said, if y'all watch the Prime review, like I don't typically like rapidy rap albums. I like artists that are personable, that give me their story. I like to kind of know them, who they are. And Kaz did that with this project. I've never heard of him, but before.
How are you spelling cause?
Cozz.
So
It's not the
blue and
No, it's
not the guy from the West Coast.
Cost.
Yeah,
No,
not
he
the
is
one with
from-
the S, the dollar sign.
No, but he is from West Coast though.
So we sure it's not the same dude?
No,
He
because
spells
his
it
name is
different.
spelled.
But maybe he changed the spelling of his name.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I
What's
just
the odds of two dudes being from the West Coast? COSSCOZZ.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just know that J. Cole signed him to Dreamville.
Oh, never mind. I can't be the same.
Okay, well, J. Cole signed him to Dreamville. His like lead single on the mixtape was Can't Knock the Hustle. This project, man, for me, it just gave me everything I like. Like, is a dude that can spit. He's introspective. It has that new sound. It has like a lot of that old school flavor, and he's just fucking rapping. And then he has a remix to Knock the Hustle with J. Cole. That shit is fucking dope as hell.
Wasn't very much on the jewels.
Well, for me, like, look, and they made all 4 of our top 5s. It just it wasn't the best for me. You know what I'm saying? I said that in the review.
Shit.
Well, for you, Mike, you an LP stan, my nigga. Like,
I'm
it's
a killer
cool.
Mike stand too. Now.
Yeah, you are.
Shit.
I'm not a stan for either one of them, but
I'm not gonna do your top 5 either.
Yeah, here we go.
Acting like a little bitch. You know they gonna ask for it, man. You know they gonna ask for it.
You know they are. They always do. I don't know why you came prepared not to do it.
And you did it last year.
I know, man. I was
'Cause you
I
had
wanted
time.
to do it this year, but
Just do based off. Just say it. Make a disclaimer. Say, based off what I've listened to this whole year.
But man, I really haven't listened to much. We can wait till the end. You got to say
Make
something.
that disclaimer.
Or
Just
else
make that,
the whole comment thing is gonna be like, "Where's my
Where's my
media?
media? Where's my
Where's
media?"
my
I got you. I'll switch places with you whenever y'all finish.
none of mine from the mid-year made my end of year. But that's because a lot of my favorite artists.
YG was your number 1.
It was my number
He didn't
1.
even survive.
How close did he get?
YG?
Yeah.
Like,
Man, you know what? All 5 of those, man, like I really had to think about. But then I was like, I'm not going back to them like I am going back to these. You know what I'm saying? Because Kaz dropped like around mid-year. Crit and Logic dropped later, and I have it, man. It's been so much hip hop. The one that was really hard for me to keep out of this one, because I've gone back to that one more even than YG, was Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, and I was considering either Logic or Freddie for that number 5, and even Sahai, because after you did your mid-year, I'm like, fuck, I forgot about that one, and I almost, because I go back to that one a lot too, but for me, it was like Logic's joints was just a little bit more like concise, and he filled in a lot of gaps for me that I already knew from his story, and I go back to it more. So I was like, okay, I gotta put him over Freddie. But yeah, man.
I'm surprised you had Logic so low.
Crit's album to me was a little bit better.
No, I'm talking about low, like 5. Like even 5 and 4, like both of your 5 and 4 selections, I really was surprised that they were that low and J. Cole was that high.
Well,
Yeah, the J. Cole surprised me.
I always hold J. Cole, Crit, and Logic. I put them in the same arena. I always put those 3 guys in the same arena as to where they are, their placement in hip hop.
Not even a J. Cole fan like
I'm not, but this project it spoke to me, man.
I just wanted to make a quick little shameless plug, right quick. If you want to find out, Mike C. Town's top 29 hip hop albums, right? And this top 10, and you do the top 10 hip hop albums. Yeah, subscribe to his channel. YouTube.com/Mike C Town.
I'm gonna do my top 20.
I'm gonna do my I'm doing my top 10 beat tapes of the year on my channel, YouTube.com/BZ430. And I'm also gonna do my top 10 hip hop albums on the website. So check it out. Just want to do a shameless plug right quick.
Yeah, what about my top 20 on Dead End?
On Dead End? Oh, you doing this on Dead End?
Yeah.
Check out FIFO's on Dead End as well. So I don't know if Ken, are you doing
Last 10 slots gonna be
You know what? I don't know, man. I know I did. I've been doing some stuff for the last few years. I don't know. I think I am gonna do something. I just don't know exactly what it is yet.
Okay.
I might actually do it on my YouTube channel.
Okay. So subscribe to
So I
our
got
channel.
shit that'll work, or what I want to do next year for.
Anything in yours that we didn't?
The only thing is Open Mike Eagle, but we kind of talked about that, and Mike did a review on his channel of the album. We kind of briefly talked about it at the mid-year. It is higher than it was at the mid-year review because I had a lot more time to actually sit with it than I did back then, and it's still a fantastic album, man. From the production to Open Mike's lyrics, the songwriting. I think Idaho is still a creepy ass song when I listen to it. Just about him just being on the road and he's driving and everybody's sleeping. As a guy that used to go back and forth to from here to visit my parents and leaving late at night, and sometimes you with your boy, I know that feeling. So whenever I listen to that song, it kind of puts me back in that moment, man. But yeah, man. So
Qualifiers was the shit. That's like my favorite.
Qualifiers. Yeah, that one's dope. So yeah, man. Look, everybody should really go check that album out. Check out Mike's review. He definitely goes in depth with it on his channel. But it's a fantastic album. It probably would have been number 1 if it wasn't for Run the Jewels. That speaks to how great that album is.
What album I kind of forgot about almost? Not really just like forgot, but like I guess because it came out so early in this year, and I think we pretty much all praised it when it came out with Step Brothers, with Alchemist and Evidence. That's one that, another one. And I think after we did our mid-year, I was like, damn, I did forget that one. But I like Blueprint. I think Blueprint took the spot of Step Brothers. But yeah, I think Step Brothers. I'm trying to think of some more albums I had listened to that came out like earlier in the year. Of course, I listened to like albums that I had in my top 5 mid-year, like Sci-Hi and stuff. But yeah, and like I said, wish I could have put Apollo Brown and Raz Cass in there because that album.
I struggle with that one.
Yeah, that album was. Oh man, that
struggle
so
with
dope.
that one.
Even Black Milk. Black Milk album was really good. I mean, it was dark, but I can't explain it. It was even better than No Place No Paradise, and I wasn't expecting that. I think I wasn't expecting this album to be as good as it was. Not saying that he was gonna make a bad album, but I was just like, damn, the way his storytelling in there, the way he was telling the stories in there, I was like, okay, damn, Black, he's really been stepping up his bars since like the last couple of albums. So I think that's the album. I think I hate that I didn't put in my top 5.
Anything in your top 5 you didn't review?
Most of it.
Which was
we didn't review.
that wasn't in your
Actually,
top.
not
That
most of it.
wasn't in your top. Your mid. Anything that we didn't.
Nah, the only swap out was I took out Moody Black's Nausea, and that got replaced with Run the Jewels. That was really the only change. I mean, nothing came out after the mid-year that really shocked me like that. There's definitely some projects that I wish that, you know, if we did a top 10, it would have been a lot easier. Because this was actually really stressful. Because it was hard for me not to put Pharoah Monch's project in there because it was a damn near a perfect project. But that almost took the place of Cunnilingus. It was just that I listened to Cunnilingus project more. But, you know, the Isaiah Rashad, I wish I could have snuck that in there. But you know, I just kept thinking about what albums am I just repeatedly putting on, and these are the ones. Like, I really feel like that new Sage Francis is really slept on. Like, it's a fucking powerful project. You know, he's always been one of my favorite MCs, but the words he uses, the songs he writes, I feel like people just kind of stuck him in a box and don't pay enough attention to this guy. But that shit is fucking fantastic. And that new Hail Mary Mallon. Money on my motherfucking mind, man. That project, it was really nipping the heels of number 5 as well. And I feel like the only reason I didn't put it in there is because it just came out, and like FIFA was saying, you know, you don't want to hear something and love it immediately and then be like, all right, man, it's better than this. It could just be that it just came out, but I listened to that project non-stop. And seriously, by the time I do my top 10, it's very likely that shit could be number 3 on my list. It's just I need to give it more time to sit. But that project was fucking fantastic, as well as Rob Sonic's solo project that he put out, Alice in Thunderland. That shit was fantastic. But yeah, man, this was a tough one. It's not usually this hard, but this year, it wasn't that there were just so many amazing projects. It was just that the ones that came out that were good were really fucking good.
Yeah, that and the last point you mentioned about the volume of good albums here. It's like I didn't really listen to a lot of hip hop this year. The ones that I did like, I absolutely loved, and I revisited them more and more and more. But you know, unlike previous years, I wasn't listening to damn near everything that came out, which I've normally done. I've actually listened to more podcasts than hip hop this year and some other stuff. So when it came down to actually putting together and compiling like a top 5, it was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be, because the projects that I really, really liked, I absolutely loved. So, you know, it was just like when you sit down and say what's going to make the list, like it was easy. Number 1 was easy. I knew Open Mike Eagle was going to be there. I struggle with Prime only because I understand what you guys saying, the prisoner of the moment thing, but I also don't want to kind of sort of regret not having it in there with me loving it as much as I do. You know what I'm saying?
In 2011, I was like, man.
Yeah, and the energy that I get from listening to the album, I think that will carry on, you know, throughout 2015 and more. So, you know, but I feel the same way when I listen to Razzcast and Apollo Brown when the Hand of God come on and that shit touched down and it's spinning. But so I also kind of feel the conflict between the two, because that's a really good album that I played a lot. But this Prime, I think it deserved that 5th spot for me.
I felt like this year was like the year for like a lot of new people that I never heard of, you know, come out. Like Kaz, for me, obviously he was my number 1. Dave East, which is the first artist that Nas signed to his label. Well, I don't know if he was first. I don't know if he came before Boldy, but Dave East is dope. His project was dope. Black Rose, we didn't review that either. So it's just, you know, a couple new faces that I never heard of that just kind of came out of nowhere for me that were pretty dope. So it was a little weird for me too, man. Like the dudes that I typically love, I loved, and there was a lot of new cats that I really fell in love with this year.
You know what I liked about this year? I think it was a year where we received a lot of projects that, you know, had you know, that were saying something. That just, you know, it was still a lot of bullshit out there, but I think we do and have received a lot of albums that has some meaning and purpose behind them. And that was like something that I noticed was a recurring theme within this year.
Do your top 5, nigga.
I love that shit.
I do too, man. That's my shit.
You know, I'll wait. You know, Rob long-winded.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. No, I'm not.
There was no
you
Jay-Z
are.
project this year.
It don't matter. He's just gonna go on and on. Watch.
Make your disclaimer.
I was
Yeah,
but
man.
you know, like usually, man, you know, this is so hard. You know,
I don't do this.
like, I do this, man. And then he do a giggle. I can't do the giggle, but you know what I'm saying. That one. But yeah, I really don't do this. Yeah, man, I really didn't want to do my top 5 this year because I've been going through a lot this year, like full blown Modest Media now. Like I run my own business, Modest Media. I am modestmedia.com, so check me out if you want video services, graphic design. But I've been busy with that, just moved into a new home. I mean, just been busy, haven't had a lot of time to really listen to the music the way I wanted to, so I didn't want to come on here like I normally do and be able to, you know, give out my top 5. But so this is my disclaimer. This is basically just based off what I've listened to, and I haven't listened to as much as the crew has, obviously, but just based off what I've listened to. I don't even have them in order right now, but I can definitely say that Run the Jewels is in there.
You just name it.
Yeah, I'm just naming. This is no particular order because, like I said, man, I haven't even had time to put them in order. But like I said, Run the Jewels 2 is definitely in there. I'm surprised none of y'all didn't have this one, but I got Pinata is still in there.
I had.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Number 3.
okay, cool. Yeah, Pinata is still in there from yeah, Pinata. I had Quest, but then I listened to the Logic, and I just gave Logic that edge because you know this is his debut project, so I gave that spot to Logic over Quest or whatever. You know, I really like the Quest project though. After I saw the review you guys did, I went and listened to it, and I still play it. Like, you know, that would be like 6 or 7 for me if this was a top 10. But once I heard the Logic, man, it was very on point. And like I said, I'm a Logic fan as well. So, you know, I was appreciative that he was able to deliver a solid project for his debut. So that's what gave him the edge over Quest. That's 3, right? Mm-hmm.
That's 4.
No, I had Run the Jewels, Prime,
Mad Lib,
and Mad Lib.
And Mad Logic. That's 4.
So that's
That's 4. I only got one more spot.
Yeah. Spot, man.
See, it wasn't that hard.
No. Who was it was one more.
Rich Nigga Timeline.
What is that?
That's their album.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Yeah, Rich Nigga Timeline.
That's the name of it?
Yes.
Wow.
Shit, who was it?
Crit?
No, not Crit. No, Crit didn't make it.
People hurt.
Schoolboy Q.
I said Prime, right? Did I say Prime?
I don't think you said Prime. I think you said Prime when you read.
You didn't.
When you read
Okay,
out
well, yeah.
the
So yeah, Prime slid in there, man. I love that project, bro. Like that probably would be my number 2, number 1. I mean, it kind of remind me of Run the Jewels with the high energy, which is why like a lot of y'all are saying y'all want part 2. I'm the same way with that, man. I can play that thing from 1 to 9 straight through, man. I just love it, man. Yeah, and then like you guys said, like all of the features brought it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not real big on features like that.
Especially with a project that's short.
Yeah, especially with a project that's short. So like I was like most of you guys, like I didn't go and look and search and see what was gonna happen with this thing. So I didn't even know features were on it. I thought it was just them 2. You know, so when the features were on there, and then you know, of course, I got the J Electronica verse. It's just like, man, they really brought it. So I was really excited about Prime. So that definitely probably would. I can easily say that would have been even my number 1 or my number 2. But yeah, man, my apologies though, man. Like I've been super busy, like behind. You ain't got to apologize to be hoe. Yeah, you behind the camera, like
Tell y'all.
Look, yeah, it's hard, man. It's really hard. It's really hard to always be behind the scenes, and it's hard and frustrating, man. Because you know, I originally was supposed to be a part of this, like in front of the camera, man. But you know, video production is my passion. You know, graphic design is my passion. So, you know, that's just something I gotta live with.
You can FaceTime, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're not full time. No, you more than part time. Like niggas know who Modest Media is. You know, cause think about it, right? Like a lot of shows or whatever. Like when there's a camera person, they don't know who that person is. Like you just get credits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like niggas know who you are. They see you. You've been recognized.
It's not even about that. It's about like, you know, cause I'm a hip hop fan at the end of the day. I want to sit down and listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? But I don't always get the chance to do that because
I'm always behind the camera. It's not about FaceTime for me, you know what I'm saying? I actually would rather be behind the camera, you know. But yeah, but I did want to mention some ones that would have made it was like Diamond District, like Ken was really hype on it, so that made me go listen to it, and I really like that project. So that would be probably in my top 10.
1978.
Yeah, 1978.
Yeah, buddy.
I've been hearing a lot about that
Today.
Homeboy Sandman, but I haven't heard it yet. Yeah, some people been saying. I did hear about that cause. Like I seen that people talking about.
Nobody
the
hit
cause.
me up about the cause.
Yeah, I have seen. I wanted to put Sci-Hi's project because that was part of. I didn't do the top 5 mid-year, so that would have been in my mid-year. So I wanted to mention that. Sylvia Demo, I wanted to mention that. And the thing about Sylvia Demo, I didn't like that initially. Then it grew on me. So yeah,
So good.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that shit. Man.
yeah. But yeah, that's my top 5, man. Sorry they're not in order. I'm usually the one that puts them in order, but you know, it's all good.
Then in hip hop, man, The Joint. We got a special project coming for you guys around January 20th. That's a tentative date. Might get pushed back. You know how these mixtapes and albums work. But we got some dope shit coming just for you guys, man. We got Cormega on the Illmind beat. We got Will Power inside Stimuli. Guys doing Black Metaphor, just to name a few. We got Thurs on there. Clear Soul Forces with Book Brown on a Black Milk beat. Man, we got so much dope content and music that's gonna come from this joint mixtape experience. In the upcoming weeks, we're gonna be releasing all of the content, interviews.
One of the reasons I believe we still together because we saw each other struggle through it.
We got behind the scenes footage, Cunnilinguist. Stay tuned for all of them interviews, man, for all of that content. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Make sure you follow us on all social media because we're going to be posting everything. Make sure you follow us on the channel. And also make sure you download the mixtape when it comes out.